Alright guys, welcome to my Bone Spear Grandfather build. I've been saying I was going to do this one for a couple days now, but I was really busy for the holidays, so sorry guys, Thanksgiving and stuff, had to go spend it with the fam, and I was going to post it yesterday, but just didn't have enough time, so I think today is a good day. I've beaten Uber Lilith and a tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon with this. Those are really the only kind of builds I'm going to be posting, are builds that have completed the hardest content in the game, But yeah, let's get right into it. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you for watching the Doombringer build video so much. I really appreciate that, guys. Like, it meant a lot. I'm really glad you guys liked it, and I'll keep making these as long as you guys keep watching them, so thank you. So first thing we got is Shaco. I know, I'm sorry. It's mandatory, it is like the best helm, so you're gonna need this one, but if you don't have it, two other good options are gonna be Deathless Visage. And honestly, on Dario's Visage, I was playing around with that, and it actually felt pretty comfortable as well. So I thought that was a pretty cool choice if you happen to have that instead of Shaco. But or if you don't have any of them, which it's pretty hard to do. Like at this point, if you're building a grandfather build, you probably have one of these helmets, right? But if you don't have any of them, I would get a helmet with a lot of defensive affixes. For the chestplate, I'm running Soul Brand. You don't have to run this though. It's not necessary in any shape or form. I just liked the affixes on it and the effect, so I run it. You do not have to run this though. But whatever chest armor you do decide to go with, make sure it's got a lot of damage reduction and a lot of defensive affixes. Because the main issue with this build is the survivability. It's the main issue. You're good on essence and you have more damage than you know what to do with, but the issue is the survivability. So whatever you end up going with, you want to make sure your chestplate is very defensive. So for the gloves, we went with the serration aspect, and we went with critical strike chance, lucky hit chance, up to a 5% chance to restore primary resource, and 4 ranks of bone spear. You really want to make sure you get lucky hit chance and the 5% chance to restore primary resource. Those are the two most important things that are going to make the build work. Without these two, I would just scrap the gloves. You really need them. And the critical strike chance and the 4 ranks of bone spear are going to be secondary to it, but they're also going to be, you want these for sure as well. You want that crit strike chance, and you want your bone spear to be at max power, so you want those two. For the pants, we got Tibalt's Will. We're using it with the Vampiric power again, so again, really important. It's for essence generation. If you got these and the primary resource, you're never really going to need any other essence generation, so with those two, you're good, pretty much. So yeah, you want to make sure you get these pants. They're very, very important. I'm going with these for the boots. I really like these boots. I think they're like perfect boots. You got all stats, intelligence, movement speed, and 4 ranks to corpse tendrils, so your corpse tendrils are just always ready. The aspect, you can put whatever you want on it. I never noticed the aspect, to be honest with you. I just know it's a really good one. And then we got the grandfather, of course. Perfect sword. Insane damage. Let me see how much it is exactly. It's just over 1700 critical strike damage, so that's insane. That is like, you're gonna melt through everything, pretty much. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be enough damage for the Avatar of Zir, but I'm still kind of worried about the survivability, but I will be trying it out. For the amulet, we're running the Grasping Veins aspect. We're running intelligence, bone skill damage, damage reduction from close enemies, and 3 ranks of the Evulsion passive. The 3 ranks of the Evulsion passive is the most important thing here. I recommend every amulet for Bone Spear has it. Then if you're having survivability issues, you can really spec into defensive aspects on this, but I ran 2 offensive aspects and then damage reduction from close enemies, only because our Soul Brand also has damage reduction from close enemies, so I thought it would have, it would be a good mix, I thought. For the first ring, we're going to go with the Splintering Loop, which is the Bone Spear aspect. We're going to go critical strike chance, critical strike damage with bone skills, and lucky hit chance. I think this is the perfect ring. Your critical strike is just insane, and then your lucky hit chance. I do think you should try to get a higher roll on your lucky hit chance than anything else. That's why I kept this, even though like the critical strike damage is a little bit lower. I thought the lucky hit chance was the most important. I have a higher chance of getting essence back, so that's really important. Then for our last ring, we have the Ring of Starless Skies, and I know, I'm really sorry guys, it's 3 Ubers, but it's the best it can be, so it's really, really good though. So I never worry about essence. I have a super high lucky hit and critical strike chance and critical strike damage. It's crazy. It's a crazy ring. So you really want this one as well. For our Book of the Dead, we got Skirmishers, Shadow, and Iron. Before we get into the skill tree, I just want to remind everyone that just because it says 5 out of 5, it doesn't mean I put 5 points into it. It's just showing that it's got 4 ranks from Shaco. So I just want to make sure everybody remembers that. So we've got 1 rank into Bone Splinters and 1 rank into Enhanced Bone Splinters. We're going all into Unliving Energy, all into Imperfectly Balanced. We're going all into Bone Spear and down to Paranormal Bone Spear. All into Hued Flesh. We've got 1 into Corpse Explosion. We've got 1 into Grim Harvest. We've got 3 into Fueled by Death. We got 3 into Death's Reach. 3 into Death's Embrace. 3 into Amplify Damage, and 1 into Decrepify. Then we've got 1 into Corpse Tendrils, and we're going down to Plagued Corpse Tendrils. So then we have 3 into Serration, 3 into Compound Fracture, and 3 into Avulsion. We've got 3 into Standalone, 3 into Memento Mori, and 3 into Inspiring Leader. That's been like my favorite lately because of the attack speed. Then we're going all into Bone Storm, all the way to Supreme Bone Storm. And of course, Ossified Essence. The Paragon board is actually exactly the same as the Doombringer one I made recently, but I will go over it really quick, and there will also be a build guide at the bottom so that you can actually look through it. We got Sacrificial for the first glyph. Then our second board is going to be a Bone Graft. Our second glyph is going to be Gravekeeper. Our third board is going to be Scent of Death, and we're going to go into Imbiber. Our fourth board is going to be Flesh Eater, and we're going to go into Exploit. Our last board is going to be a Wither board, and we're going to go into Essence. We're really only using this board to max out this glyph, so that's all we're really using it for. For the Vampiric powers, we're going with Sanguine Brace, Undying, Prey on the Weak, Ravenous, which I actually really like for the attack speed. It's become one of my favorites. And then Metamorphosis. This one is mandatory. You really want it so it works with your Tibalt's Will so that you're constantly gaining essence. I actually have a level 3 Metamorphosis. You really want a level 1 Metamorphosis, so it's a shorter duration of becoming unstoppable so that you can do it more often, but I'm just honestly too lazy to start a whole new character just to like max this out. But if you want the best version of this build, you do want to have a level 1 Metamorphosis, so that is something about it. But again, not necessary. I run a level 3 very comfortably. I never feel like I need more essence, but there is a possibility to get even more. So, but yeah, guys, that's about it for my grandfather build. Having a lot of fun with it. I will make an update to both the Doombringer and the grandfather build after the Abattoir of Zir, and after I'm sure that like they can hang in the Abattoir of Zir. And if they can hang in the Abattoir of Zir, I will be showing you guys the absolute end game with the new glyphs that the Abattoir of Zir is going to be dropping. So I'll be posting again soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye. Insane damage. I actually messed that up, I think. Yeah, I messed that up, I'm pretty sure. I think I did the Corpse Tendrils too early. And I'm still gonna beat her. That attack speed.